Okay, Craig, I love you. Don't
What's
fuck it
up,
up.
guys? Happy Pokemon Day. 27th of February. Hope everyone is doing well. Been a little while. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the last podcast.
Don't do yourself.
Has the
Do
last
someone else.
podcast even been posted?
We don't
I
talk about
told
that.
you I've been fucking busy,
Hey,
sir.
don't worry about that because by the time we post this and people listen to it, they would have listened to the other
No,
one.
no, this
I hope
motherfucker.
so.
No, this motherfucker actually fucking did it the same day, and I was like, "Oh fuck me!" And I was like, "Yeah, no."
Exactly. So you had 2 weeks to get it up.
All
I'm
right,
sure your
fair.
wife tells you that all the time.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have to. It's naturally up for her. Anyway, awkward transition, Dev.
Well, I haven't been doing much these last 2 weeks. Work. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
There ain't no changes in my life, really. What about you?
So the 14th was Valentine's Day. We celebrated on the 13th because I worked on the 14th, but we still did something on the 14th because I can't, let my girl just not celebrated on 14th. Hello, duh. Anyway, and then work. Lots of training for some shit that's upcoming. Then on the 18th, we went to watch Uncharted because I got a free ticket because I upgraded the game for the PS4 to the PS5. A good movie. Not the greatest, not the worst. If you like the source material, don't bother watching it because it's not accurate to the source material. Besides, like the first 10 minutes, potentially. Uh, then on Sunday we went to Disneyland for the whole day. Then on Monday it was my birthday. Then on Tuesday we went to the movies to see Death on the Nile. Good movie. It's a murder mystery movie. It's pretty solid. I give it an 8 or 9 out of 10. And then on Wednesday it was my wife's birthday. Then the Friday I went to see Uncharted when it came out, they gave me my review and they said I was gonna be promoted to full time, no longer in probation. But on the 24th and 25th, I still had to do probationary work and training. Then on the 26th, which was yesterday, it was my wife's uncle's birthday, so we went to their house, celebrated all our birthdays together. Yeah, it's been eventful. It's been fun and eventful. Then again, I'm going in circles. On the 21st, which was my birthday, I went to the doctor and they gave me the news that my heart function is at 45%. What that means is, according to them, normal heart function is 60%. I got it at 45%, and that's good considering that part of my heart is dead because of the heart attack that I had. So they're saying keep up with good work, which I have because I've been running and I've been a bit more proactive. So yeah, my 2 weeks have been eventful. That's why I haven't uploaded the fucking podcast, you fucking cunt. Anyway, that was Swords King at the end. Yeah, that's been my weeks so far. King, good talk.
Sorry, give me a sec.
He's texting his side host. Marissa,
Shut
what
the
about
fuck
you?
up.
I haven't had anything eventful either.
Yeah, you've been playing
After-
Yu-Gi-Oh. We've been
After this week, it's spring break though, and I'm happy for that.
nice.
So I saw Spider-Man No Way Home again in theaters. Still really holds up even after 2 months. I had one day off earlier this week for Canadian holiday, just called Family Day. It's basically, I think it's coincides with an American holiday on the 21st. I'm not sure about that though, so don't quote me.
Yeah, my birthday.
President's Day.
Oh, teehee. What else? I don't know. That's honestly it. I've mostly just been working. I do have stuff like coming up. I've got like plans for St. Patrick's Day, which is gonna be fucking crazy because I always go like pretty hard on that day when it's not like COVID and crap. And I think this year will be the uptick because obviously the last 2 years have been kind of ass on that front.
Can you repeat how it's gonna be?
That was gonna be crazy, right? What else did I say?
No. How did you say it? How did you say
Oh,
it?
my vocalization.
Yeah. Say it.
So it's gonna be crazy.
You sounded like a white girl. I
you.
love it.
I take it as a compliment because, like, what's the
Oh
alternative?
no,
Sounding like some dude straight out of like the backwood village of India. Like, I'm not doing that.
Dude, he's got his Starbucks like cup in his hand. And
Oh,
he's
no,
talking
no.
to his friends like, "It's gonna be crazy," and he's like doing jazz hands with the other hand.
Okay, I don't drink Starbucks. I don't drink coffee in general because I just don't like it. Although I will drink the
Starbucks
nice
isn't
ice
just
cap.
coffee.
I will drink a nice ice
Starbucks.
cap, but here's the thing: I'm Canadian. We mostly
Ice cap makes it that makes it even more white.
that's
The heck
debatable.
is an
Though.
ice cap?
You kidding me right now?
Yeah, no, I don't know what a nice cap is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I'll explain that part later. But basically, I don't do Starbucks. In Canada, we're more of like a Tim Hortons kind of crew, which is our local big chain. You might have heard of it on the news or whatever. But that's
Discount IHOP, right?
Well, no, because it's not like IHOP is more of like a breakfast pancake kind of thing. Tim Hortons is mostly just like general breakfasty type items like donuts, cookies, muffins, and obviously coffee and cappuccinos and stuff. But I wouldn't call it the discount IHOP. IHOP is more of like a sit down kind of place. Tim Hortons is general take and go.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been like up to. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I will be moving out of my current place in a couple of months, about 2 months. So just on the search for like a apartment maybe, and that's basically it. Just otherwise, it basically just work.
Nice. All right.
Who the fuck?
What's up?
All right. No. It's Yu-Gi-Oh related. Never mind.
Okay.
I apologize. Dev, tell us the news. Oh, actually, off topic. I've been trying to think of a new way to show. I mean, our visuals are super basic and shit, but I still trying to find a way to make it like a little nicer. So maybe in a month or two it'll be done. Who knows? So yeah, Dev. Any news?
So the EDENSZERO game dropped and
Trash.
released last week. Well, this week just gone, and the 24th. It has been a little bit of a lackluster release, to put it blunt. The game itself, when the servers aren't crashed, it runs all right. But there's a few issues, and there's meant to be a patch coming this week to fix issues, but who knows? It's got quite a lot of players going through it, but I don't see it lasting unless they start adding events and they start fixing this stuff.
You
I
know what?
personally got bored of it after 2 hours.
Even if they add events, it's okay. Here's the rank. So the progression system is shit. You download shit, and then you download more shit, and then you download more shit, and then the loading time. You may as well be watching the Avengers Endgame movie because by the time that's done, the load screen will finally be over.
Yeah, it's about 5 gigabytes in total, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the events, like I said, you need 100, let's say lacrimal or cube currency, which is a special currency in game, and you only get 10 per mission you complete, and it takes about an hour to complete a mission because it takes so fucking long for the load screen to, be gone, and for all this shit to download. Then to top it off, we have what do we have? We have the fucking stupid, like I said, 10, and it costs 100, and then you gotta buy the currency, and then it's better than the fairy tale game, so it has that going for it. But that bar was so low that it's like, congrats, you passed the fucking bar. So yeah, my rating would be like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
I think once they start releasing the patches and hopefully events, things should be getting better. However, one of the biggest problems that I've seen a lot of people complain about is the dismantling in the game. So you get items, and you can dismantle them to get shards or whatever. I don't know what's called, but that process itself takes like ages because it's just slow as shit. If they just don't start adding the quality of life changes ASAP, players are gonna just not bother. Also, because it's not a gacha game, they lose that aspect of players like coming into the game purely for favorite characters to try and get them. When you're already given the squad already, you're gonna play with them, and then you're kind of just gonna get bored.
But
And
I feel.
yeah,
Go on. Sorry. I just
Uh,
feel
and-
like they're. Go on. Go on. Sorry. Sorry.
I was just gonna say because you currently playing without the quality of life changes being added in, it's gonna take a lot longer for people to actually come back to the game once they start getting frustrated and bored with it.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to add, I feel like they're banking too hard on the fact that people are going to try to buy this quote unquote skins and content for the characters when in reality they probably won't.
Good old Konami.
Well, like I said, it could be worse. It could be Toy Tecmo with their $180 DLC for fucking 2 JPEG or 2 kilobyte fucking JPEG bullshit.
It's like $4 per skin or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah, something like that. It was toxic.
But yeah, I stopped playing just because I don't really enjoy those type of games on mobile. If there was a PC release or console release, I'd probably want to play it, but I don't really care for it on mobile. So yeah. Other news? I don't think there's any other news really. Yeah, there isn't too much other news. Mashima mentioned that the game he's working on solo, there's like a little puzzle game, puzzle mystery game. That is basically complete. It's just a case now of just making sure that the bugs are ironed out and ready to be released. So expect that, I would say, within the next 2 to 3 months at least.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anything amazing. People don't expect it to be some AAA game. It's literally Mashima in his spare time. I don't know how the fuck he has spare time, but in his spare time, fiddling and learning how to make games through different engines. That's literally all it is. And it's like a little puzzle mystery game. And it looks like you run around as Pino. So don't expect anything big. It will probably be a game that's probably like 3 or 4 hours long at most. But yeah, and it's not going to be the most polished, refined thing. Yeah, so don't be expecting that. So yeah, I think it'll be fun though. I'm looking forward to it.
It should be fun. No, they had a character pool. I guess that would be considered news, or would we wait for the fairy tale section?
Well, we can use that to go into fairy tale section. So yeah, we had a little popularity poll that came out. It was mainly for 100-year quest popularity poll, not just fairy tale itself, because it included all the 100-year quest characters. And the top 5 were Lucy by a landslide, 6.7k votes. Urza with 2.5. Celine with 2.5. Jalal somehow with 2.1. And then Natsu at 5th with 1.8k. I don't disagree with the top 3. However, I'm surprised Celine is top 3. I would have thought Kyria might be up there with everything that's going on. Lucy, I'm not surprised is first, but I am surprised that she's first by that much of a disparity. I mean, 6,700 to second place being 2,500. That disparity is huge, like massive. But I'm glad it's there. Actually, I'm glad it's happened. For those that wonder, the next 5 are Juvia, Gray, Wendy, Loxus, and then Gargiel. Everything after doesn't matter. Ignia came at 13th for those who care. Yeah, so what do you guys think of the rankings?
King, you could go first.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was talking about this just slightly before the podcast started, like the little tweet where we're reading it off. I thought honestly that it made sense. I do agree the disparity between certain ranks does seem quite surprising in some cases, but for the most part, this is roughly where I expected most things to be. I think the only ones that I didn't expect were that I thought Wendy would be higher. I thought Celine would be lower for sure. I think that's probably the biggest one because I thought her arc was just not very good. And granted, this one seems a little bit better, but she's played less of a role in it. So it's like, why is she so popular? Granted, yeah, great. She has a great body and all that stuff, but there are a lot of great bodies in Fairy Tail. Let's be real. So it's like, what's up with this one? Honestly, like, yeah, that's the main thing for me. I'm just happy is not in the top 10. That makes me happy, so yay.
Should have been top
Yay.
5 if you ask me.
I'm sure
He's in.
I'm sure that would happen if I asked you, but I didn't ask you, so you can shut the hell up.
Ooh, someone's a bit salty, mate.
Yeah.
See, he's a little bit unhappy that he lost his Amazon shilling,
No, I didn't.
his sponsorship.
I still have that
Oh,
shit.
oh,
I just didn't I just
No.
didn't do it.
Yeah. It's okay. We're all here for you. We're all here for you, bro.
I wish you weren't.
Mhm.
Anything to say on the rankings, Marissa?
I'm surprised Ferris got in like the top 20, just in general.
You
That's
must,
true.
you must really hate her.
Well, like I didn't expect her to be so high because I thought a lot of people didn't like her.
I liked her before she was Ferris. You know what I
So
mean?
when she was evil,
I liked her when she was evil because I thought that was interesting, and then like the whole thing happened, and suddenly they decide to just immediately forgive her, even though she tried to make everybody kill one another. It's like, what the fuck was that about? Like, I know fairy tales
Yeah.
generally been pretty quick about like forgiving their enemies, but like it's just exacerbated it to a whole new level.
She did it for family, bro.
Who didn't do something for family? Everything's for fucking family. It's like Fast and the Furious Fairy Tale edition or some shit like that.
You mean Fairy Tale? Fairy Tale is Fast and the Furious live action.
Yeah, the
Fast and the
Fast and the
Furious
Furriest, if you think about the fucking exceeds, right?
Bruh.
You would
We
think
know,
of
we
the
know you
furry.
like them, but come on now.
Kiss my ass.
Get it together, sir. Can we talk about how fucking Discount Shakespeare is number 14? And
I'm
how
not surprised, to be honest.
yeah,
I
I thought he would have like beat Ignia.
Then we got a doormat in level at fucking rank 12. That's
Yeah, but she's popular because of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, fine, a doormat with a bump.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's the relationship aspect with Kajira. Like, they're both pretty similar. I do get where you're coming from with Suzaku, though, but like, think about this. Like, I don't know who voted in this. I'm thinking it's probably just like a Japan only poll. Maybe Suzaku's whole
As through the Magapoke app.
so could theoretically international
Anybody,
people, like
As long as you have the
anybody,
app, you could do it.
as
yeah.
long as you have the app, you have
well, the reason I ask is because like obviously the lettering is not English, so like I thought maybe the majority were like from Japan. Like maybe he's just more popular with their style of humor.
It would have been a Japan majority, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But it's still a case of like, see, because Jalal's so high up, and that I can guarantee is because of Jerza.
Exactly.
There's no other reason for him to be that high up.
I'm pretty sure like
And
the whole
then-
like fandom for that pairing exploded during that scene in the church where he took all his clothes off. Like 100%,
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with it.
Juvia, as much as I love her, her being sixth is only because of Grey. Because we have to admit, she's been nothing in 100 Quest, but a Grey driver.
Yeah,
So
still,
and the fact that
still
they beat
higher than
Wendy.
Gray too.
Yeah. And then the fact that they also beat Wendy. Grey I can see beating Wendy maybe. But I still didn't think it would happen. But Juvia, I didn't see it coming. And yeah.
Can we, so we're gonna get into the chapter right after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I just find it ironic that the number one lost their hand.
Hand, that's the whole goddamn arm, bro. The chapter was wild.
That shit was hilarious.
But why is it ironic?
I gotta say,
why is it ironic though?
Mhm.
No, I said hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Not ironic. I don't think I said
I thought
ironic.
you said
Well, I
ironic,
did.
but never mind.
I don't know. I don't listen to any of you, sir.
It's okay. He's taking a page out of our book.
But yeah, with the chapter 102, chapter was called "Woman to Woman Battle." The cover's
And
nice.
Loxus is a dumb fuck.
Yeah. Well, look, I understand why Loxus did what he did, but the fact that Loxus didn't expect, he should have known that he shouldn't have been off guard, because the only reason he got taken down like that is because he let his guard down. Loxus is strong enough to not let that happen to him. So, Loxus is an idiot. I don't really know what the fuck he was thinking there.
It's just like that case where it's like you shouldn't show like mercy to your enemies. Like he could have KO'd her with one punch if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he
Like,
could have
he was
easily
just
have
like-
gone ham on
He
her.
just decided to suddenly be like a gentleman, and she took advantage of that.
He's a fucking dumb motherfucker.
And that, unfortunately, the fight. I have to say, the fight was cool. I enjoyed the fight. The fight was actually really cool. And
I like that it's probably going to continue too. Like it's not over in one chapter.
yeah, it's not just a one-stop shop kind of fight. And I am loving the use of like keyblades, let's call it that. I know it's magic, but you know that blade that's just forming a blade out of
I
magic.
think a lot of people probably saw that kind of similarity considering their shape and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool. I like that, and the fight was great. We can actually see how far Lucy's kind of come. Now we've obviously seen it before with Mimi or female Broly, and now in this fight again with Kiria, you can see that she's done really well. And then we got to see Leo and Virgo form, which looked they looked great. Did anyone expect her to lose her arm though?
I don't
Yeah.
think
I
so.
wasn't expecting it, but I will say, like, I think it's entirely plausible that the way it's written or like the way it's drawn, it could just be a fake out. Like, it could literally be that her arm is just cut up in the next chapter, and she's actually totally fine, and he just drew it that way to make us think she got her arm severed.
I don't know, because if you look at it, it honestly just looks like her arm is gone, and I feel like
I think with the positioning and the way the blood splattered, I think it could go either way. And I think that they're not gonna maim their most popular character. Come on.
well, they might, and then they would have like
I really doubt that.
no, but they might, and then they would pull some judge where they go, Irene will be like, I'll use the remaining of my power so Wendy can reattach your arm and do some shit, and then that's Irene gone.
Oh, that'd be really bad though.
Yeah, but
It would happen.
it's not
but
out
yeah.
of the realm of
I
possibility.
get what you're saying, but yeah.
I wouldn't be against her losing her arm, and I wouldn't be against her getting it back in one way or another. But I don't want it in just a simple like, yeah, I healed it. Don't do it again. You know, I would like for it to be done in a stressful situation. But it's fairy tale, so I don't see it staying off, if I'm honest. You guys, hey, you go nuts.
Honestly, like I think
I
don't know that any of us have like a differing opinion of this chapter. It's just like it'd have been over in one shot if Laxus kept his wits about him. He didn't. Now Lucy has to fight. Lucy is.
Yeah.
I again, I don't think her arm is going to be permanently gone for the rest of the fairy tale series. And eventually, it seems to be also the case that Laxus will like snap out of it just by the way that the last panel was on. No, that's what I think. Although it was,
Okay, fair
it's
enough.
also fuck of a coincidence that he just happens to show up right here. Like, I don't know. That was very random.
Just want to say that I did tell everyone that Lucy wouldn't win so easily, and that it would be a bloodbath of a fight.
To be fair, you didn't expect Loxus to be the fucking dumb fuck to get
No,
involved.
but the thing is, okay, if Loxus wasn't there, if he didn't turn up at all, you think the result would have changed?
Yes,
Why would the result have changed? Loxus didn't
Because-
help her in the fight in any way. She would have fought
he
naked.
gave her clothing, which
She-
made her more confident.
She would have still fought naked.
She was ready to fight naked
Yeah,
too, right up until
She
he
was
showed
ready to
up.
fight. Yeah. She literally, Noxus didn't offer any combat to her.
She got flustered when she saw Loxus, and then Loxus was like, "Here's some clothes," and she got unflustered.
She got flustered because Loxus showed up.
That's what
if-
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If
so
he would have
Loxus
just
didn't
stayed
show
and
up,
not,
it wouldn't have mattered. She would have still fought normally.
my thing is, he gave her the coat.
Yeah, but that didn't give a combat advantage. The coat doesn't have stats to give her. It doesn't give her a +5 to strength and dexterity. It ain't D&D.
It gives her a +5 of not shyness.
She wouldn't care. If it's her and Lucian, she literally said it.
Yeah.
But she did. I don't
Oh,
know.
no,
she
she
literally
didn't.
said, like how
Gavin's
I'll
right.
give you in this if you see.
There's literally a
there's
panel
no
of her
shame if
naked
there's
with
only
all
women
the,
around.
words like covering her areas.
And then she literally said, I'll do it to you again and again. Do you know what happens when you make me mad? And she was charging, and then Loxus showed up. Nothing would have happened. Nothing would have changed if Loxus didn't turn up. It still would have gone the same way.
The difference is, like, Lucy's motivation would have been slightly different, because now she feels the need to, like, get him out of this stupor.
Yeah. If anything, yeah, I agree. Loxus being there has made things like worse because he's become this person, this extra person that's there. Now that he got his fucking bitch boy cut down, he is now a liability. So now Lucy has to take into consideration the fight and him. But him not being there or being there wouldn't have changed the outcome.
Homegirl lost an arm because of this shit.
Remains to be seen.
So I said it. Everyone was like, no, Lucy's got it. Nah, Lucy
I
ain't
never
got
thought the fight was going to be, like, over quickly or that it would be simple for Lucy to win, because that would be bad. But I did not think that it would go in this particular fashion.
And if Wendy's able to heal her arm, that'd just be stupid ass writing. So
That's why I think it's.
It'll be an Irene situation.
That's why I think it's not even going to be like Wendy heals her arm. Like, it's just drawn in a certain way to make you think the arm is gone, but it really isn't.
But then it's a horrible drawing because
No, I think it was intentionally drawn that way to fake us out as audience members.
Gotta make it interesting.
I think the arm is off, but I don't doubt the arm becoming not much of a complication maybe after the fight. I feel like it's gonna be off, but I feel like with it being Fairy Tail, they're gonna have some way of reattaching it. Or they're gonna reattach it. They're not gonna give her a prosthetic.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, they fixed Natsu's face at the end of 545.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of the what do you call them? Her Pokemon, Celestial Spirits. Do any of the spirits have healing capabilities like built into their kits that we know
Not
of?
that I recall.
I don't think so.
I know Big Boy Clock can like.
From what I
No, he could. He
can prevent stuff and so on. He doesn't have
what I
healing?
read in like an extra, he can repair like really small things like scars, but I don't think he could restore a limb.
So so he wouldn't be able to reattach.
Yeah.
That we know of. Okay, and there's no is it Yukino, the other celestial spirit?
Well, her spirits don't do healing either.
So maybe the Celestial Spirit King will come in and be like, my wife can do it, and then Celestial Spirit Queen comes out and she's like, I'm
come on.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind that happening, that'll crack me up. Because it would be so stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man. So what do you think's gonna happen in the next chapter then? How do you think the fight's gonna go?
Laxus will actually take over and do stuff.
Loxus is gonna cuck himself like always because he's a fucking dumb fuck. I said it.
I can't see Loxus actually doing anything.
Oh no, but like in the last panel, it shows him like being like yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's suddenly gained his not being a little bitch back. That's what I mean. Like,
it's true.
I feel like he's not under a spell in terms of that he's completely changed sides. He's just being a little simp now, a little bitch.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I see it being a situation where he's realized it and he's like, oh shit, and now all of a sudden he's gonna snap out of it completely. But then again, I don't put it past Fairy Tail to do that.
That's well said. It could happen.
Yeah, I think that would be bad writing, but I don't put it past Fairy Tail to do that. Okay, never mind. So yeah, that could
No,
happen.
they're gonna give Wendy a new ability because Irene taught her some bullshit, and so be
I-
like, "Oh,
I
I could
honestly do
heal
think
him
Irene is
now."
the answer. I agree. I think it's going to be an Irene Wendy situation, and Irene. I've been saying this since the chapter dropped. It's going to be an Irene giving up her remainder of her life essence inside of Wendy to teach her how to do it. It's be some secret art. So yeah, I don't know if I'd like that. I don't. No, I wouldn't like that if I'm honest. Because then people will argue, say, "Oh yeah, but they did give up something for it." You know, we lost Irene. But Irene was never like. She was a plot device the entire time in 100 Year Quest.
Yeah.
There's like no emotion connected to her.
Yeah, the whole
Unless she just like
the whole
victims.
revelation that she was even in Wendy all this time is it's just such a plot convenience, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't give us any kind of like. We found out, and then we're just like, "Oh, that's cool." Oh,
Aw,
she can teach
that's
Wendy stuff.
convenient as hell.
So she's not just the ghost. She's teaching Wendy stuff. Okay. No, I don't hate the idea. I've never hated the idea because it's like a mentor, an enchanting mentor for Wendy, someone for her to actually learn from. But it has felt like she's only kind of come out at times when it's
Right,
convenient,
like
you
I
said.
plot conveniences.
But she has helped Wendy grow and taught Wendy new things, which I'm very happy for, and I don't dislike. But that's why I don't see Irene not being used as a way to fix Lucy's arm. Because losing her, it's a case of I've taught Wendy everything she needs to know. And yeah. But it be what it be. I guess we'll have to wait and
I
see.
guess so.
Anything else to say?
I
Does
don't think
Irene even know healing magic though?
For all we know, she knows everything.
Yeah. See,
Well,
because she's
okay.
been around for so long and she's been like she's the most powerful enchantress kind of thing. There's no reason to assume that she doesn't know some form of spell that could do it. She's never shown evidence that she can do it, but again, she's also brought out these random ass spells out of nowhere to help Wendy. So, she could probably just make it up on the fucking spot, probably. But we'll see. I don't think there's any more for us to say,
I
really.
got nothing. So I'm gonna dip for a while, get some food, and I will let you guys talk about EDENSZERO, and we'll probably catch up later at the end to talk about all the Pokemon stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you guys later.
All right, in a bit.
Later.
All right, so EDENSZERO, 2 chapters. It is 179 and 180. 179, Dead End Crow. Holy's
Yeah.
looking hot. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you've been thirsting for her for a while now.
And she's, yeah. I've got to say, I don't like, or I don't know how I feel about the fact that we basically got Attack on Titan in EDENSZERO. Dead End Crow is 420 meters tall, bruv.
Or
That is
wait, it's gonna
1,300
be
feet.
the forest dragon.
Oh, the wood dragon god, whoever the fuck his name
Yeah.
was. The guy who took up a whole year of 100 Year Quest.
Yeah.
But my man's 420 meters tall, bruv. That's what, 1,300 feet or something? It's fucking wild. But yeah, 179 didn't have too much. However, how do you guys feel about the fact that Sister has basically guaranteed that she can cure Lobelia?
I was right.
You will.
Make a wish happens.
Yeah. Now, how does... I don't know if I like it.
Why is that?
So Lobelia, her entire backstory that came out of fucking nowhere was built on this: I've got a fucking terminal illness, I'm going to die, and that's basically the start of it, and then that's what it was built on. And she's been to every single doctor, this, that, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they're all like, "Yeah, now we can't do shit." Now, as much as I love Sister, for her to come to Sister and Sister to be like, "I got you, babes. I'm gonna cure you. I'll make a wish, like you said. I got you." It gives me one that Sister's got this capability to basically heal anything, and it's gonna very likely possibly become this convenient plot device. And then also, it's kind of taken Lobelia's already shit backstory and
Made it worse.
just not even say it made it worse. It's made it irrelevant and even more irrelevant than it was. It's made it that it just didn't matter. So we've been given these, not even say death flags, we've been given these death confirmations this entire time. Oh yeah, a terminal, da 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 da, and then now all of a sudden she'll be fine. I'm like, I like Lobelia, but I feel like that shouldn't be it. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just a way for Mashma to add her to the ship. We're literally getting One Piece here, where they're just adding characters. Yeah, add next one, 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 from like every arc. So yeah, I don't really like it too.
Bro. Gabby muted.
Dab muted himself.
Yeah, so you guys can talk. Whoever wants to have a
Oh.
go. And also I was typing, so unless you want to hear that, and Spidey, your mic is broke.
It's back. All right, give me a second.
I just don't know what she can add to the team. Like, I don't see her being helpful in literally any way.
Don't disagree, but never know. They've got the ether pool that they can suddenly awaken ether in.
True. What kind of ether gear would she have, though?
Bitchness.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. That's if they give it to her. Maybe not.
How's my mic? Bad?
Yeah,
Worse?
better.
Better.
Okay.
So yeah, Lobelia is gonna be part of the crew. Well, she's gonna be on a ship. I'm not gonna say she's part of the crew. Yeah, we all know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be helpful during this part.
Maybe she could be a meat shield.
True. That would be like the only way she'd be helpful.
I still think that the collaboration is gonna come from Rebecca and Lobelia.
Yeah.
180 Operation Planet Ear. Now this is the one where there's actually substance. I am quite intrigued by the fact. Now we all know Ziggy's powerful, all right, and we also all know Ziggy isn't. He's tall, but you know he's an average human size. Dead and Kraken 420 meters. Ziggy flies up to a man in his face and is like, "Hey, stop it! Those are my humans." Right.
He's like, that's nice.
When you see the literal size, now 420 meters, you know that's a big number. It is a big number, especially height. But when you see the panel of them together, That really puts it into perspective, fam. Like,
Oh,
that's kind of mad. That size is actually kind of mad. And don't know how the fuck they're gonna handle that. Ipino is gonna do some mad EMP, bro. She's got that 15 kill streak from Modern Warfare 2 ready to drop the EMP. Now,
I could see that happening actually.
exactly, she's gonna fall out and just drop the EMP, and then Crow's gonna fall asleep. What do we think of this idea that they're gonna summon a chronophage? Now, if I remember correctly, we have spoken before in one of the early podcasts that we had a theory that whenever Rebecca has used her powers, it could have the chronophages were linked to her powers. Now, the theory that they've given in the story is that chronophages are drawn to wherever time has been messed with. And that's what they're going to do with Rebecca now. How does that make you feel that our theory was somewhat correct?
I mean, I feel like yeah, it was kind of obvious, but at the same time, I hope they don't overdo it, where they're like, "Oh, chronophage here, chronophage there. Let's stop this here. Let's stop that there." I feel like Mashima is kind of writing himself in a way where it could be bad, you know. Anyway, Marissa.
mm, I don't know if she can pull it off because she can only control her little time skips, right? But it needs to be a big one for this one.
Well, no, it's somewhat appeared before. When she did all those mini time skips. Well, I say mini. It was remember with the was it normal with the robots? The example outside of normal flow. Where the fuck was she talking about it? Summon a chronophage, either chance. Ram it into. Yeah, Norma, Rebecca had it going when she used her leap of power, and then again on Gilst. And the leap of power is when she goes back, what, 90 seconds, is it, I think?
Yeah, 90 seconds.
So she can kind of do that whenever. I'm a little bit interested by the development if it does happen to work, because another theory is that there are obviously other Leaper users. One being Noah. We believe he might be one, which is why he can remember stuff from each world or universe that happens. I wonder just how powerful they're able to utilize, or how powerful it would be to utilize the idea that they can basically attract a chronophage. Because this one was already on its way, but it was going to pass. Will there be a way that they are able to eventually summon a chronophage, which I don't think would be good, but I don't see why that couldn't become a thing.
Hmm. That's it for me.
I mean, hopefully it's explained in a way because, like you said, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's more like, what you doing, Mashima? I feel like he's rushing too much. I feel like he should take a time to, just expand a bit. Especially because with the leaks that came out, it's like we're already getting into another conflict so fast. Less than 10 chapters after the time skip. It's like, just take a moment to breathe, sir.
I think we'll take out Dead End Crow. It'll be a difficult fight, but I think we'll take out Ziggy. We'll be like, oh shit, and then realize, we got a fucking dip.
Maybe.
He's
Because
gonna.
Ziggy's still trying to go for that calculation to find Mother, right?
Yeah. he's doing his calculations to find Mother, and he's gonna skip. People are trying to say, "Oh, I can't believe it's the final." What do you call it? Arc already? No, they've been. It's been revealed and confirmed there's 4 cosmoses. We've been through 2. We're in the 3rd. There's a 4th one to go through, and then there's the whole actual plot of the story of finding Mother. This isn't the final arc, people. Calm yourselves. Okay, relax. Shut up. You're being dickheads.
You're being dickhead. Calm the fuck down. You need to weird be kid. Yeah. Like you said.
Don't think there's much already to discuss. Do you feel like their plan's going to work to summon over this chronophage?
I hope it does. I do. I don't know if it will, but I fucking hope it does.
Well-
It's just
I don't think it will. I don't have that much faith in Rebecca.
that's understandable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have faith in Rebecca, but I don't have faith in. I don't see her being able to emit a strong enough wave. However, they said they're doing that at the core, so there's no reason to. There's a possibility that they'll be able to use whatever's in the core to amplify it more, like a speakerphone. So that could do it. I just wonder how they're going to get to the middle because, like they said, Ziggy ain't going to let them waltz in. And the Eden's 1 is being used for calculations, so that thing's a Bitcoin mining rig right now, so that's out of commission. But with that being a Bitcoin mining rig, does that include the Dark Stars? Like, is it only the ship that's being used, or is it? Because, for example, let's say EDENSZERO did something similar. In my mind, Hermit would be the one operating it all, right? Because she's the main operator so she would be out of commission for anything other than that. I wonder if the Dark Stars are set up in the same way. Are the Dark Stars? There's 4 of them. Is there only going to be 3 of them left? So they're going to be the ones defending that core and the ship, I guess. I don't see him getting through to the cores very easily at all, and they've got to get to it before the chronophage passes. Yep. So this is gonna be rough.
Yes, it is. I'm interested, but like I said, I feel like Mashima's going too fast. We gotta relax, bro.
Yeah, I'm also. I feel like there's gonna be this little subplot that's gonna come out of nowhere. I feel like Holy's gonna backstab in a way, not in a way that it makes them enemies again. It's me in a way that she's gonna. So she knows the plan is to get to the core. I feel like when Dead End Crow situation appears and happens, Holy's gonna be willing to sacrifice whatever for Dead End Crow to be done. And I have a feeling that's gonna put the Eden's crew in danger. Because she said there was something that she said, I can't remember now. That gave us the indication she's gonna betray them at some point.
Yeah. Like I said, let's just hope this shit work, bro. Because if it don't, they kind of fuck.
Okay.
Marissa, any thoughts? Any thoughts? You've been quiet as fuck, bro. Quiet as fuck.
My bad. I keep spacing out. Also, I don't like how the Eden's 1 looks. Like, it's just a giant fish.
Yeah, it's
compared
true.
to EDENSZERO, which is whatever that is.
Demon, a flying demon. Okay, well, with that, give King a ping. And I don't know when he's going to be back.
Same.
Did he say he was going to go out to get food, or if he was going to make food?
I assume make.
I would hope make. To be honest, I would hope make.
Well, while we wait for him to come back, there was a lot of Pokemon news today. I've got a summary of what everything basically. For those of you who play Unite, there's new Hooper and Duraludons being added. Pokemon BDSP, you can get Shaman now. Legends Arceus is getting a new update. It's a Daybreak update, basically. It's going to be a bunch of new Pokemon and little swarms that you can do, but nothing really major. There is a code Arceus Adventure for 30 Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, Gigaton Balls, and Jet Balls.
What the fuck are Gigaton balls?
I don't know. You probably haven't unlocked them yet. I haven't either. I imagine it's the heavy balls, but better. And then the big piece of news is new Generation 9 has been announced. Pokemon Scarlet Violet is going to be released worldwide late 2022, basically November. That's when they always are. It appears to be based on Spain, so there will probably be a lot of Spanish references. And there are new starters. And I don't personally like any of them except for the grass-looking one.
The fire one looks adorable. He looks like a red Pupitar.
The Pupitar.
No, not Pupitar, a Larvitar, my bad.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure how I feel about them. I'm a little bit worried because it feels like this game's come a little bit quick. However, I'm waiting for the staff list to be released. Hopefully, it's a Sword and Shield staff because that's different from the Legends Arceus staff. And it would be great if it is different stuff because then it gives me a lot more hope that the game's not going to be too rushed. Now, as for the fact that this kind of gives me King, welcome back. We're just talking about the Pokemon game with Generation 9.
Marissa and I were talking just before the start of the podcast, and I'm looking at the little picture you posted of the 3 starters. I'm not a fan.
I'm only a fan of Sprigatito.
Oh, that's the one I don't like.
But I feel like that's going to become bipedal, bruv.
Oh, actually, I haven't looked at their evolved forms, actually.
There's no evolved forms yet.
They're not?
Fueco looks nice. Fuecoco.
That one's okay. He kind of
Quaxley looks.
He kind of. So I was going to say Fuecoco, the fire. He kind of reminds me of Totodile, and I like Totodile, so yeah. Go on.
Oh no, I was just fucking reading that shit. It's just Quaxley looks nice too.
I don't like him. He looks like Donald Duck.
So, that's alright. Donald Duck's a G.
And whatever.
So we good.
He's a budget ducklet. But I am intrigued by the fact that they are all singular types. It's something we haven't had for a while in Pokemon, where all 3 starters are singular types from the get-go. They can obviously change as they evolve.
2, I believe.
No, Snivy was pure fire.
Snivy is green.
No, but all 3.
Piplup was pure water. Their base form was.
He means
pure.
all 3 in the same generation were all one type.
So
maybe I'm wrong, but
I thought they were always
no,
like
not.
that. I didn't know that they had like
Gen 4. Oh no, Gen 5, Unova, yeah.
was like that. Okay, my bad then.
I know Galar starters were as well. I forgot about them. I forgot they even existed, I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck the Galar
I think they were
starters
all shit. Okay, so yeah, never mind.
In them.
Hmm?
Is Galar, Sobble, and everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, in terms of the actual character designs as well, we've got some of those. I personally don't mind them. I don't like the clothes, but I don't mind the actual look of the characters.
I just think they look too much like each other. I liked it when they look more different from one another, like Brendan and May did, or even like Red and Green. No, that's my take on that.
I don't like how they look.
Plus, the uniforms are too school uniform.
Yeah.
Like I like it when they're more adventure style clothing. Again, like Red and Green or Brendan and May.
The Japanese community, from what I've seen so far, they're not a big fan of it, which is actually one of the first times we've seen the Japanese community so quickly after announcement and release that they aren't fans. A lot of them is the character designs, not of the Pokemon, of the actual character looks. However, it's not necessarily the clothes that a lot of them are given. It's actually the look of the characters. From what I've seen, the general consensus is that the character design is like a cheap game for children overseas and no Pokemon feel to it. And I can say I don't disagree. Like you said, with it being a school uniform, that's where that comes from. But with it being a Spain-based game, I can understand maybe why they've done that. And also, we don't know the story behind it yet. But the Japanese community aren't happy for the most part. However, then again, it is Pokemon, and Pokemon has a cycle of game gets announced, everyone hates it, more stuff gets released, people start to like it, and then the game gets released, and everyone's like, oh, this is actually kind of good, and then rinse and repeat. So, normally Japan don't join in on that kind of cycle, but they seem to be now. So, we'll have to wait and see. And because Japan is the one that are complaining, it is more likely to have an effect on any change.
Most likely.
But we'll see.
Well, it's supposed to release in 2022, so I don't know how good, how much of an effect.
I think it's possible. I mean, you remember what happened with things like the Sonic movie or the Transformers from 2007. Even if there's only a couple months out, I think minor redesigns are totally plausible, especially for like a video game that's like on a handheld system, because it's not the highest quality thing necessarily.
I don't think it will change, but I'm not leaving it. I'm not completely like disregarding it. I don't mind the designs. I don't like the clothes too much. I like the actual design of the game. I don't really care for the clothes. But then again, you got to remember the last 4 games of Pokemon, we've had shopping and we've had the ability to change our outfits. So I don't see that not being included in this
Probably
either.
would be, but it's also like if these think of it like the Masters games. Like if these characters get ported over as like NPCs and was these are the default outfits and people just don't like them. They're too generic. They look like the Lass and Young Boy outfits, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. Look, I do think that they will make changes
Hope so.
to the outfits. I do
Least,
think
maybe
so.
this is just like one version of their outfits. Like this is what they wear in the like equivalent of the Safari Zone or something to that effect. Probably not. This probably is what their actual set design is, but like I said, I preferred it when their outfits were a little bit more adventurous and sporty. This looks like they're going on a school trip.
Yeah. The other thing we have to remember is the trainers typically are 10, so they have technically, by all means of theory, they should be just coming out of Poke School. But, the games have never really played on that outside of Gen 1, really, where you have to go and visit the Poke School.
What? There was no. What
And
was
actually-
a Poke School in Gen 1?
There was a... Where was it? It was... I can't remember what town it was, but there was a town that one of the towns you go into, and you have to go visit the Poke School, and then you read the board, and you talk to the teacher, and then he's like, "Do you understand this and this?" And then you just answer the questions
Okay. I
and
thought
move
you
on.
meant like in a.
But it's the only time where you've actually had to go in and interact with the idea of a school. Every other game doesn't have that.
I remember
you
the
go
concept
to
you're thinking of. Was that a mandatory part of the game though? Because I thought it was just like a little side thing you could.
Yeah,
visit, like
one of
going into
the-
some random ass dude's house.
Yeah, no, it was something that you had to
Okay.
do. In every other game, you get sent to it because 9 times out of 10 your rival is there, and you got to give him. Or you see your rival for whatever reason. They tell you, "Oh, come here with me," but it's the only time, if I remember, it's Gen 1 where you have to actually do the little quiz thingy, my Bobby. But yeah,
Fair enough.
So never really actually played on it. So I don't think they'll do it here. But again, Legends Arceus broke the formula for Pokemon heavily. It changed a lot. So this game is meant to be that there is going to be they're going to keep Legends Arceus style. We just don't know how much of its style they're going to keep, whether it be the battles, the agile, strong style, and also how much they're going to break. there has been the idea that they're floating around that because it's a Spanish-based game, there's going to be a lot more, like every game that gets based on another country, there's going to be a lot of influence from them. So, in my opinion, expect an enchilada and tortilla Pokemon. You got a T
That-
Pokemon from Galar, so
Wouldn't that be Mexico though? Enchilada and
Same difference.
tortilla.
I assume if you guys eat it, I assume the Spanish lot do as well, but they just have a version of theirs. I don't know.
No, because some of it originated in Mexico. That's what I'm asking.
I genuinely don't know. I was kind of just throwing out.
Fair enough.
I don't know if Spanish people. I don't know. I don't really know what a Spanish go-to
I don't know, maybe like
dish is.
tapas
Their
or something
delicacy.
to that
So
effect.
maybe yeah. But yeah, there isn't too much. There's a lot of fans talking about that they don't want the grass cat to become bipedal. It's pretty funny actually. They're very worried about that.
It
What does
walks
that
on
even
2
mean?
legs.
Yeah, I
It
don't know what
stands
that
up on
means.
Like
either.
an ape.
2 legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Question: has that ever happened? The grass star becomes bipedal?
Yeah. What you call it? What's his name? I keep
Not
forgetting.
Venusaur, not.
Litten.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
it.
okay, I don't know that one.
Litten is from Gen, the one of fucking Rowlet and Popplio.
Oh, okay, I don't know
Alola.
those guys.
yeah.
Because then it becomes Incineroar when it stands on its 2 feet.
Becomes a wrestler.
Wrestler.
Yeah, people want it to, and Fennekin as well.
That's a
It
fire
happened to
starter, though.
Fennekin. Yeah, but no, but
Also-
it's not about the type.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the design. People don't want it to become bipedal. They want it to stay like that.
Could you say Typhlosion
Well,
kind of
not-
does that? Because couldn't Cyndaquil maybe qualify? I don't know.
Cyndaquil could walk around on its
Okay.
hind legs alone. It didn't rely on the fact that it.
I feel like
had to
in the
walk
anime I
on
saw
all
it
four.
walking on all fours, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, it normally does, but it didn't rely on it, so it could walk
okay.
normally as well. It's the same like with Froakie. Froakie could walk on 2, but it relied on it walked on all 4s because it
Yeah,
could move
actually, that
faster.
kind of makes sense too.
Yeah, and Cyndaquil could use it for it was actually hands. It could use it as hands, whereas Tepig, Fennekin, those were feet. Those motherfuckers were using feet. So there is that worry. A lot of fans don't want it to happen. People want it to stay as a 4-legged. I don't know.
Yeah.
Quadrupedal, I think it's called. I don't fucking know. Yeah. So I find that pretty funny that that's like our main concern within the community right now.
I can't imagine.
But yeah, the gameplay screenshots look alright. Yeah, I wouldn't really care, but it would be nice. The gameplay screenshots, well, obviously it's very early time, so it's gonna look laggy and all that, so people stop being little dickheads. Okay, the game's always gonna look like that right now. The areas look nice, so I'm excited for it. And it looks like they're keeping Legends of Arceus Overworld Pokemon as its go-to for finding Pokemon, which I love. I love the
Question:
idea
are you
of
guys going to
keeping
keep
it.
talking about this, or should we end? Because my pizza's ready to pick up.
Oh, we can end. I don't think there's not much else
either.
based on it. There is an anime for Legends Arceus coming out. It's done by Studio Wit as well, so it's gonna be good.
That
is
sounds
gonna
interesting,
be good,
actually.
fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on the Hisui, so be ready for that. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be very long. I think it's gonna be shorts.
Thanks for the link.
It's because it's a web anime. It's not a full-on anime, so I feel like it's gonna just be those like 8 to 10 minute
I
videos.
remember
that
those.
YouTube
Yeah,
releases.
they did a lot for like Generations.
Yeah, exactly. And Twilight. So I think it's gonna be a situation like that. And the Studio Wit, so it's
When are we
gonna
getting a
be
Pokemon
good.
Adventures anime adaptation? I know, but
That
like,
will
I
never
want
happen.
to. Those are
I
good.
wish. I wish.
All right.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it.
Spidey Mercy, you guys got anything?
No.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you,
Yeah, no, I
listeners,
don't.
for listening. This was a shorter podcast than we're used to, but that's just the name of the game today. As much to discuss as we often do. But thank you all for listening, of course. Stay safe. COVID's still a thing, obviously. If you are going anywhere, be sure get vaccinated, obviously, if you haven't already. Though hopefully most of you have. We will be back in a couple of weeks to who'd you lose to, Spidey? He said he
A lot.
Me.
Okay.
Course. We're playing
Thank you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
for your
yesterday.
undivided attention.
It's a
It's all
back
good.
and forth.
All right.
Of
Anyways,
course.
Thank you, everybody. And until then, have a wonderful day.
Bye,
Stay
guys.
safe.
Bye.